Hello, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you very much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is what you don't see coming for the week of March 1st, 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else. And be sure to check out your other placements. If you're not sure what they are, in the description box, your cards are all over the place. Maybe that's how you'll feel this week, kind of all over the place. So check out your other placements. If you're not sure what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, now let's begin, provided the cards want to stay in my hand. Tell me about the Aquarius collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they not see coming for the week of March 1st, 2026? What do they not see coming this week? I should say we, since I'm an Aquarius rising. What do we not see coming this week? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Okay, what do you not see coming? Queen rising, could be king rising. I do not read body parts. Stepping into your power, being praised, being in the spotlight. And at the bottom of the deck, you have clout hungry. Not one of my favorite cards in this deck. It's typically someone who will do or say anything to get your attention. Doesn't always have to be for nefarious purposes. So let's see what we get here. Tapping into the Aquarius collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Why is Queen or King rising something that Aquarius does not see coming this week? One more shuffle here. Thank you. In your energy for this week, we have Temperance. We have the Hanged Man. We have the Death card. And we have the Empress. Well, talk about King or Queen rising. Bottom of the deck, the situation, environment, or connection you're dealing with. The Fool, the High Priestess, and the Eight of Cups. Okay, Temperance. Why is Temperance here? Why is Temperance here for the Aquarius collective? One more shuffle. Thank you. Temperance, clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Five of Swords. What are you trying to see from a different perspective? The Hanged Man. Why is the Hanged Man here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Hanged Man is clarified by the King of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. You're trying to see a connection in your life here from a different perspective. The Death card. Why is, and actually in this deck it's called Death or Rebirth. Thank you. This is being clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. Do I stay? Do I go? Do I stay? Do I go? Do I move forward? Okay, and the Empress. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Empress is being clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Four of Swords. Bottom of the deck, I have Three of Pentacles. I have a group of you, and remember, these are collective general readings, so if it's not your message, don't get upset. No need to drop hate. Just move along. Check another placement. That's usually what I do. Check your Sun, Moon, Rising, or your Venus. But for this week anyway, I have a group of you here where you're having a difficult time making a decision here. And I don't know if this is in regards to career and finance or love and romance. I feel like it's more connection based. So it's either like you are trying to figure out whether or not you want to stay at this job or work with this person or collaborate with this individual, you know, or continue talking to this friend or existing in this relationship. I heard, do I stay or do I go? And that's the feeling that I have here with the Wheel of Fortune. The Six of Swords would be moving on, but the Four of Pentacles would be staying put. And that's clarifying that Death or Rebirth card. So this week, there's some type of partnership here in your life. You're not sure if you want to continue it or engage with it or move on from it or, you know, move in another direction or collaborate with someone else. There's something like that here. And I almost feel like you're sort of putting it on the back burner while you are giving some ample time, some time or ample time here to consider this connection or what you want to do with this connection. You're not making it the primary focus for yourself this week. The King of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Five of Swords to Temperance. It's like you're tempering those thoughts. It's like, yes, I know that I need to make this decision. Yes, I know I have to decide if I'm moving forward with whatever this is or staying where I'm at. But in the interim, I need to focus on other things. House, home, stability, happiness. I really need to think about what my long-term happiness or my long-term goals are. And then I'll be able to make a decision about whether or not this particular connection fits into that Nine of Cups. That seems to be what you're doing here. So I feel like you're taking control of this situation by saying, I know I need to make the decision, but first I need to be really mature, step into Emperor or Empress energy, right? King or Queen rising here, and really give a lot of contemplation. What does stability look like? What does true emotional contentment look like for me? And does collaborating or connecting or reconnecting, maybe even with this individual, does that benefit this? Would that add to this? We have the Fool, we have the High Priestess, and we have the Eight of Cups. Now, this is someone else's energy here. Clout energy, oh yeah. Clout, hungry, we have in their head, and then we have romantic love affair here. So it could be romance related. It does not have to be. It could just be, again, there's a connection here in your life. This person is not sure either. They're trying to go within as well. So I don't know if you've had a severance or a break or a pause or a timeout in this connection. That's possibly what's happening here with that Death or Rebirth card. Because you're like, do I stay or do I go? And they're trying to figure out the same thing. Do I stay or do I go? Which direction am I taking that leap of faith in? So this person actually is trying to lean into their intuition this week to tell them what direction to go in. So tell me more about that, and then we're going to see why that clout hungry card is there. Tell me more about this person. Clarify that High Priestess. One more shuffle. Thank you. This person's energy. Seven of Pentacles, Three of Swords. Two cards came out here for them. The Emperor and the Knight of Swords. Bottom of deck, Five of Wands. Emperor to the Empress. I mean, I don't know if this is a love reading for some of you. I mean, it's three cards in where we have romantic love affair. For all I know, this could be your business partner here. Or again, a boss. Could be a friend or a family member. We have enough people on the cards. It could even be within the construct of a friend group or like even a community group. Like, do I want to continue volunteering here? Do I want to continue hanging out with this group of people? I don't know. Your feeling here is I don't know. I don't know what I want to do next. Do I stay or do I go? And this person here is of the same energy. Do I stay or do I go? They're stuck in procrastination station as well. I'll be honest with you. This seems to be plaguing you more mentally than emotionally. And I don't know if it's because I always say you're the king or queen of detachment. Maybe you have detached your emotions from this decision so you can look at it logically. Again, you're looking at long-term happiness here and trying to come to a logical conclusion of whether or not engaging with this individual would add or detract or subtract from that. So I just feel like you're a little bit emotionally removed from the decision-making process. Nothing wrong with that. This person is all in their feels with that Seven of Pentacles to the Three of Swords. So this person is really going through it emotionally. You're trying to come at it logically, and they're coming at it from the standpoint of emotional. So why the clout hungry card? Says anything, does anything. What is that all about? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The clout hungry card clarified by the Ten of Swords, the Page of Cups. Two cards came out here. The Knight of Cups and the Six of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Pentacles. Is this Aquarius? If we get a Major Arcana card or an Ace of Pentacles, that would be a yes. Is this Aquarius here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Sun card, yes, the biggest yes card in the deck. So take it how it resonates to you. Obviously, it's a collective general reading. It looks like it will, for the majority of you, it will be you. But again, it doesn't have to be. One of you is presenting the other with an opportunity this week. Either this is an apology, this is an offer. I mean, this is a very strong soulmate connection. Empress to the Emperor, to the Six of Cups. Surprised we didn't have the Ten of Cups here, but I feel like that's an underlining energy here. Neither of you are happy with where the connection is at right now. And I have two people here, and I have this person presenting an apology or offer an opportunity to come together or find the path forward. And I have another person here like person, I'll say A or B. Person A is providing this conversation opportunity, and person B thinks that this person is saying anything or doing anything. They're not fully trusting them or fully believing them. Five of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Yeah. So person A is offering this, again, apology, offer, opportunity, offer of support, offer of reconciliation. And I have someone here, this other person in the Five of Pentacles, Two of Swords, and the Chariot. Not sure if they can accept it, if they can believe it. This is almost like seeing is believing. Like I'll believe you when I see you make movement, but I don't see you make movement. I'd like to see you make movement. Person B is not fully trusting or fully believing in person A's offer or opportunity here, or like I said, even apology. Anything else you need to know about this week? So yeah, you're processing this. Do I stay? Do I go? Do I connect? Do I reconnect? From a logical standpoint. They're looking at it from an emotional standpoint. And then I have one of you offering the other, like I said, apology, support, offer, opportunity. And I have the other person not really sure if they can fully trust it. Anything else Aquarius needs to know? One more shuffle. Thank you. Anything else you need to know? King of Wands. Oh, I had a feeling the Ten of Cups was going to show itself. And the Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Two of Wands. There's a conversation here that needs to be had between you and this individual about what is the Ten of Cups for you? What is the Ten of Cups to them in relation to this connection? And is that something that is shared here? Is that vision shared? Is that goal shared? Because if the vision or goal is shared, then you can find the path forward and compromise how to get there. You know, if you want to go to ABC restaurant for dinner and they want to go to ABC restaurant for dinner and you're both driving there after work, as long as you're saying we're both going to ABC restaurant for dinner at 7 p.m., it doesn't matter if they take Route 80 to get there and you take, I don't know, a Route 23 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, as long as the destination on that date and time is the same and that's where you're meeting for dinner, it does not matter the avenue you take. The compromise is, are we getting here on this date at this time? And so that would be that shared vision there with that Ten of Cups. If that's where you're going to be, then does it really matter what route either of you take? Maybe they, maybe they plug into their GPS highways only and you plug into your GPS the scenic route, or vice versa. But as long as we're getting to the same destination on the same date, doesn't matter. That's the feeling I get here. So I do think there's room for compromise here, but it's going to require a conversation about what is the destination of this partnership. If you're offering me this job and it's entry level, okay, it's entry level, but I'm looking for this position with this pay in the future. And we need to have a discussion then. Does the entry level job you're giving me have the potential to go in that direction? And if it does, okay, at least you know that. But if they say to you, no, this is an entry level job and you'll never be able to climb your way in, the corporate ladder into that position, then you know to say no. Then it's just not for you. There's something here about the destination needing to be agreed upon. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. Hope that made sense for someone watching. 3 cards of advice here for the Aquarius Collective this week. You know what? I want to get you advice on your internal processing here, which you seem to be trying to do from a very logical standpoint. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Which I appreciate as your cousin sign of Gemini, because we tend to get a little scattered and you seem to be a little bit more direct and logical, which is why you're the King of Swords in Tarot and we are the Knight of Swords. You have the Page of Wands here. You have the Seven of Wands and you have the Two of Swords. I think you're doing it right. 10 of Swords. Yeah, you could, because your decision here is, do I stay or do I go? I don't think you're particularly happy with this. I have to be honest with you. I think you wish that this would be an easier decision here for you to make. I think what you want is a clear-cut answer. I almost feel like you want a guarantee. I feel like you want a guarantee. So your advice here is to take your time. Don't rush the decision. The Two of Swords could talk about indecision, needing to make a choice, being at a stalemate. And it could also talk about blocking your emotions. And I think that's what you're doing here. I think you're saying, I can't make this decision based on the heart. And I don't know why that is. Again, you are the king or queen of detachment, but there's something here about you blocking out your emotions. You're doing the right thing by looking at this logically, and you're taking your time. So your advice here is just take your time to discover all the information you need to figure out what that Nine of Cups is for you. And does this offer or opportunity or individual fit into that? And then you can have the conversation about whether or not they're on the same page, and are you both going to have Chinese at 7 p.m. on this date at that particular restaurant. But yeah, you're making the right call here, and your advice is telling you to do that. Yeah, detach from your emotions, think logically about this, and take all the time you need to get the answers that you need here. And I think the first thing you need to do is discover your Nine of Cups. Advice on how you can deal with this conversation, because this appears to be occurring here this week, or like I said, offer support, opportunity. Could be offer reconciliation or like an apology coming from this person. Advice how Aquarius can deal with this. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Ace of Cups, you have the Ten of Pentacles, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Cups. King of Wands, there you are. And Judgment to the Nine of Cups, to the Two of Cups. So your advice here seems to be, it's really interesting. I don't want to say that this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I really dislike when tarot readers say that. But I feel the opportunity that this person is giving you is not something that they give to others. Meaning, if this is a job, for example, this is an employer who does not just hire the first person who walks into the door and applies for the position. This is someone who they're looking to extend this offer opportunity to someone that they hope will be at the company for the duration, for the long run, and will grow and expand with the company. And it's not every day that we get a job opportunity like that. If this is a romantic offer, this is someone who's not looking to take you out on Friday night and sleep with you or use you and dump you on a Saturday. So there's just something here about you acknowledging. Whether you say yes or no is completely up to you, right? At the end of the day, you have the divine gift of free will. Again, it's not that it's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's that this person, you should acknowledge, and again, it's only advice, that the opportunity this person is giving you, it's serious and it's tangible, and they're in it for the long run. And then you can make the judgment call here about whether or not you want to accept this. And you also have to make the judgment call of this person or this opportunity, does it align here with your Nine of Cups? So maybe for this week, this decision does not need to be made if you don't need to make it. I like that we are in Mercury retrograde. I always say the retrograde, since it starts with RE, for me, always talks about review. And so I think your advice here is to do right by you, and you need to review this better. So I would spend this week reviewing your Nine of Cups, what that is, and then when this conversation or offer opportunity presents itself to you, then you'll be in a better frame of mind about whether or not you want to say yes or no. But at the very least, you need to acknowledge that the offer opportunity this person is giving you, to them, it's rare. To them, it's because they see a quality in you that they don't see in others. It's not every day that someone, most people don't go around just throwing out the Ace of Cups to the Ten of Pentacles. Here, come work for me and stay here until you retire with that gold watch on your wrist. Most companies don't do that these days. A lot of people don't enter connection thinking, I want to grow old with this person, or I'm looking for someone to grow old with. And it's just the society that we're in, right? A lot of people are in for temporary relief, where they enter connections because they're lonely. So there's just something about understanding what this person is offering you is rare for today's world, because they're in it for the long run, for the duration, whatever this offer or opportunity is. But again, you'll need to go with it and decide for yourself whether or not this aligns to what you see as your Nine of Cups, your wish fulfillment at the end of the day. It either does or it doesn't. That is what I have for you for the week of March 1st, 2026. If you like those messages, they resonate with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.